I'll go through some examples, but first let me show you the overview. It's very simple. Anything you type in the blue area is automatically added as an event. If you delete a row or you edit an existing row, that'll be reflected in WordPress. So the first step is to edit any existing events, add anything new, or delete rows for events that you don't want to have anymore. Up here I have a link that will directly open WordPress in your browser. It's the registration page, which is where you're going to be putting the information. So once you've modified your events, adding, deleting, editing, all you have to do is click here, anywhere in this pink box, and it's going to automatically sort everything to get it ready to go into WordPress. And then you simply copy all of the cells that are pink over here. The spreadsheet automatically changes the color for you. And then you just paste them into WordPress. I'll show you that in a moment. You want to do that on the HTML tab of the registration page. You're just going to highlight and delete everything on the registration page and then just paste this in. Works very well, and I'll show you how it works in just a sec. First, let me mention that I already have times filled in for start and end time. And the reason for that is there is a bug in Excel. It's not an error on my part. Microsoft has actually released a patch, a fix for this bug. But as with all specific Microsoft patches, you don't want to install the Microsoft patch unless you really need it, because sometimes a patch will cause other errors. It's a very unusual error. It's not anything that's going to affect you. So rather than install a questionable patch into your Excel program, I just worked around it by filling in some default dates. That's all it takes, so that Excel doesn't have any problems. Alright, let's just zoom in a little bit here and look at some of these rows. One of the things you can do to go wrong in Excel is to delete text rather than a row. So for example, I'm just highlighting a little bit of text here. I hit delete on the keyboard and it's gone. I'm going to restore it here by doing an undo. That's not how you want to delete a row. Even if you were to select a lot of the cells, that doesn't work. You need to select the entire row by clicking on the number at the left. So you can say I went over here to the very left, clicked on the number 12 in this case, and I'm going to right click, use the right mouse button, and click delete. Now of course the word delete here is the same as delete on your keyboard, but they don't work the same. You need to highlight the entire row by clicking on the number and then use delete from Excel and not from your keyboard. So you want to avoid the delete on your keyboard when you're getting rid of events. I'm just going to undo that so that comes back. Now of course if you wanted to just delete a cell, like let's say Latin Dance Sampler was the wrong name, and you wanted to give it a new name, you can just delete and type. That works just fine. Okay, so let's go down here to the blue section, scroll down, and we'll just fill in some information. Let's see. Over here on the far left of the day, we have a drop down so that you always have a consistent day chosen. Notice that when I entered in the day, over on the left, a new pink cell was created. It recognizes when you've begun filling out a row for an event, and after you've filled out a few fields, it automatically adds a row to go into WordPress. Now over here, normally you would paste in your PayPal links. So you go to PayPal, create the link. For regular cost, you paste the link in here. For any special, you paste the link in here. And for the Mayo discount, you would paste the link in here. But I've noticed that some of your events don't include links, such as Tippy Toes Dance. On the web page, it just says register by contacting Tara, etc., etc. So if you have something like that, where I've let's just scroll over sideways so you can see that. I've called this the text only column. So if you don't want to include any PayPal links, do put some text over here, and then that will, in WordPress, fill the entire row where normally you would see the PayPal buttons with whatever text you've entered. Alright, I'm going to click over to the header text tab. That's going to the very bottom here. Let's see if I can show you that. Yep. Okay, so here you see we have the make table. tab, and we have the header text tab. I'm going to click on the header text tab here, and then I'm going to bring the video view back up. Alright, and you see we have 5 cells here that are all yellow. Anything you type here is what's going to show up in WordPress at the very top of the registration page. So these are the column titles, obviously day and class sessions, and then the titles of the PayPal columns. So this is where you can modify what it says in the columns. I think particularly what you'll modify is the special promotion. I know you might change that from time to time, so you can just do that here. Alright, let's go back down here. We're on the header text tab. Let's go back to the make table tab, and I'm going to move the video view up again so we can see more. Okay, so I began typing. We put in an instructor name, we put in a description, we'll put in a cost here, and if I put in a description here, I'm just putting in miscellaneous text. It'll automatically write that across all the locations where the PayPal buttons would normally be. And if I paste anything in here, it should of course be a link, but I'm just going to paste in some miscellaneous text. Those will cause the PayPal buttons to show, the purchase buttons. Anyway, that's all there is to it. It's pretty easy. You just fill in any details you want for an event. For time, the only catch here is you want to enter military time. That means that for noon, it makes perfect sense. You type 12:00 and then enter. Enter is the way on your keyboard that you get Excel to know that you've added text in a cell. I think you know all this. If you wanted to have 2 p.m., you would type 14:00, and that'll give you 2 p.m. If you want 2:30, you type in 14:30. So that's how you need to enter in the times. That's very important that you get that right, because we need to have a consistent time format in order for the HTML to be created to know exactly how to write what you need. I made a couple of modifications to make it look good. If there's a 00 on your time, such as 2 p.m., it's not going to write that into the spreadsheet. It'll just say 2 p.m. It won't say 2:00. However, if you use a 30, such as 2:30, on the WordPress site, it will say 2:30 p.m. So it recognizes the half hour and writes it all in appropriately. If the instructor is Cydia, on the WordPress site, that will be a hyperlink, and when you click it, it'll take you to Cydia's instructor profile. If you'd like me to change this so that other instructors will automatically link to their profiles, I can do that as well. One of the catches would be you're going to have to type in their names exactly, and so that's one of the reasons I've left this alone. So that's pretty much all there is to it. We have here now a Wednesday at 2 p.m. event. I'm going to go up to the right and click here to auto sort, and you'll see that that Wednesday at 2 p.m. event has automatically sorted itself into the Wednesday area. I'm going to slide the spreadsheet over here a little bit. Let's actually move the video recorder over. Alright, now you can see the left column here. I'll make the spreadsheet a little smaller so we can see all of the pink cells. So all you do is highlight all these cells and then copy them. I like to right click and copy. And then when we go to WordPress, here we are on the HTML tab. You can just click anywhere on the HTML tab and do a Control-A on your keyboard. That's shortcut for select all, and then hit delete. So I've selected absolutely everything, deleted. Now I'm just going to paste because that's what I've copied from the spreadsheet. And if we want to preview the changes, let's take a look here. Okay, it's going to want me to log in. Never a bad thing. Alright. And alright, I guess I was logged out, so let's see if I can just do that again for you here to show you how that works. Okay, and here is what it looks like in WordPress. It's taken all the information from Excel, turned it into HTML code, that WordPress can read. And here is your table. And here is our miscellaneous event that we created. We didn't put any links behind the buttons, so that these won't actually work because we didn't create PayPal links for this. And this is just a preview. This isn't live on your website. And that's all there is to it. So just remember, if you need to remove an event, you need to delete the entire row in Excel by clicking the number over at the left, which selects the entire row, and then right-clicking on it and clicking delete. Don't use delete on the keyboard unless you're just deleting a little bit of text in a cell. Once you've edited events, deleted events, or added new ones, click up here. We'll automatically sort everything you've done, and then all you have to do is highlight the pink cells over on the left, copy, and then paste them into the WordPress page for registration. And for your convenience, I've given you a link right here in yellow at the top. If you click that, it will take you to the edit page, and just make sure you're on the HTML tab. Alright, let me know if you have any questions.